This is a Brabus G-Wagen Tribute, and it is a scaled down version of a Mercedes Brabus G-Wagen. It's absolutely brilliant, this thing, and identical in almost every detail, except it's just a mini version of the original G-Wagen. So let's have a quick look at this one. This car is actually based on a 2021 Jimny, so most of the upgrades and the changes are cosmetic, and it looks absolutely brilliant, this thing. Underneath, it's all original Suzuki. The original 1.5 litre petrol engine has remained the same, but on the outside, you'd think that this is an absolute Brabus monster. I mean, look at the thing at the front here. We've got the enormous Brabus badge sitting above the bull bars here, which have been added, and it's obviously a bigger, wider car, but still small enough to thread through the city. On top of the bonnet, we've got the iconic Mercedes indicators there, and all the little fine details down the side of the car are identical to what you'd see on its bigger brother, including these blacked out AMG alloys. So the car's running on 18s, and actually on this Jimny in disguise it really works well. It does give it a really good stance and presence when you look down the side of the car, or even when you're sort of standing looking at it from the front. Down the side of the car you've got all the details that you'd expect to find. We've got the side panel door protectors, we've got the V8 bi-turbo badging down there. Doesn't have the V8 bi-turbo, but it does make a rather nice noise out of these nice chrome side exit exhaust. They look rather cool, don't they? As we come around the back, we've got the blacked out rear windows on the side of the car, and on the back here, again, we've got the Brabus badges everywhere, even on the spare tyre. And what's really nice about this is actually all the door handles are like original Mercedes parts. So it's still got that Mercedes quality to it when you open and close the doors. They've just obviously swapped those out. So this car's actually got a reversing camera, which is very useful when you're parking in town. Even though it's a mini G, it's still quite nice to have the reversing rear camera. Right, well, this is where things really come alive, because the cabin of this car has been significantly upgraded from the standard Jimny. We've got this very vibrant orange leather, and we've got diamond stitching everywhere in the seats, in the door cards, and then we've got these very sort of opulent headrest with the Brabus stitching again. Very, very cool. I'm just going to jump in here. And then sitting in here, you're not sort of sitting up high like you would in a G, but it still feels very sturdy and substantial. And you've got this very thick steering wheel, which is kind of got carbon fibre on the top and then leather all around the side. It's much more luxurious than you'd expect for the Suzuki that this started life as. Other things that are worth noting, which they've also done, we've got this headlining, we've got this very lovely sort of suede headlining, and it's also got little LEDs in there. So if I perhaps just try and turn the car on there, can you just see, just on the headlining there, that all lights up. It's real ball of spec in here, it really is. Other than the upgraded interior, you've also got a keyless go instead of the normal standard key that you get on this car. So this is quite a nice upgrade, feels very premium. So that's really cool. Just pop that back down there. And then you've also got the reversing camera. I'm not sure if that's a standard thing on the Jimny or not, but it's very nice to have on this car. But where this is best is out on the road and the looks that you get as you drive it around. So I'm going to take it out. So actually this is a really cool car to drive around town because it's nice and small. It's got a peppy, economical little engine, automatic gearbox, great power steering, all the creature comforts that you want. Let's face it, if you're driving this car in a city, you're only going to be doing 20 or 30 miles an hour at max, so it's not about blistering power. But you've got these very comfortable seats which will make any journey that much more pleasurable. This is actually the first time I've ever driven a Jimny, and I have to say it's an absolute delight. I'm actually secretly hoping, whilst I'm driving around in this, that I come up against another G-Wagen and we can get them get them together because that would just look very, very cool. When you look out over the bonnet, you've still got these trademark G-Wagen indicators either side of the car, kind of just showing you where the corner of the car is. Probably handier when you've got a bigger car, but with this little thing you can throw it around, get through all the gaps. It's brilliant. See if we can do a U-E here. Oh, look at that. See, it's so manoeuvrable. And there's actually a G-Wagen just up here. So which one would you choose? The original or the Brabus Jimny? I mean, I love the Jimnys anyway, but when you've got the styling and the added luxury that this one has, it just makes sense. It's very cool. I mean, I'm grinning ear to ear driving this around. This just does have something about it. It doesn't take itself too seriously. It's just a lot of fun. And look, if you're going to have a Jimny, that's great, but you might as well have one that's got all this extra kit on there. It just feels and looks so much better. As well as getting a lot of admiring looks out here, fairly certain it'd create quite a stir on the school run. You like it, pal? It's cool, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like a mini Cooper.
It's a mini G.
How much is it?
Go on to collectingcars.com. It's going to be auctioned off.
Really? So what did you say was it again?
Collectingcars.com.
Collecting cars.
Go check it out. It's an online auction platform, and you can bid for this car. There you go, holding up the traffic, and hopefully he'll have a bid. I have to say, just driving this around today, I've slightly fallen in love with it. I would love it to be my daily driver, to be quite honest. It's comfortable, it's peppy, it's easy to drive, and it's just good fun. This is a very unique and cool car, and certainly if you want something to stand out from the crowd, it's just a bit of fun, then this is going to be very hard to beat. It's live now on Collecting Cars, so I strongly recommend you go take a look.